Ahoy hoy fellow bookworms, my name is Caroline and I like to read books, so let's talk about them. Today's video is going to be all about overhyped books, and I just want to quickly mention right at the start that this video contains my personal opinion, and if you think differently then that's perfectly okay. These are just books that I think were overhyped, and that doesn't necessarily mean that they were bad books. Most of them I gave anywhere between 2 and 4 stars, so they're not bad books, they're just ones that I don't think were deserving of the hype surrounding them. First up we have Everything by Nicola Yoon, and this is one of those books that was actually okay. I think I gave it like 3 out of 5 stars. I thought it was a really cute and sweet story, but I just went into it expecting it to be like absolutely amazing, to make me cry, to make me laugh, and it just didn't quite live up to the hype surrounding it. Like I said, this is a cute story, I really liked the characters, but the writing didn't really blow me away, and there were a few things about the story that I wasn't crazy on, and that's the reason why I think it's overhyped. Next up is one of the books that I actually really disliked, and it's The Sky is Everywhere by Jandy Nelson. I went into this expecting it to be amazing because I'd read so many reviews and heard people talking about it where they said the writing was beautiful, that they loved the story, that it made them cry and all those sorts of things, and I read it and was just kind of like, what? I didn't like the main character, I wasn't crazy on the representation of grief. The writing was really lovely, but I just didn't like the direction that the story took. That being said, I do still want to read I'll Give You the Sun, which is the author's other book, and people have told me that it's much better, that the story is much better, that the writing is much better, so I am still interested to read that, but I didn't enjoy this, and I think it was very overhyped. Fahrenheit 451 is another book that just didn't live up to the hype for me. It's a classic, and I went into it expecting it to be amazing because it's always compared to Brave New World, which is easily one of my top 10 books of all time. I just wasn't that crazy on this book. It didn't stay with me after I read it. I liked the story and I liked the writing, but because I went into it knowing that it was so widely loved and stuff like that, there was no way it was going to live up to the hype. So I think I ended up giving it 3 out of 5 stars because it was good, but just not amazing. Next up is the Dyer Trilogy by Michelle Hodkin. I remember people like raving about this series. I think I bought this because I saw a lot of people posting photos of it and saying it was a series that they loved. So I bought the box set and I did quite enjoy books 1 and 2, but then book 3 just really went downhill. It didn't round things up in a good way, or at least I don't think it did, but I do still see a lot of people say that this is like their favorite trilogy, and I think maybe part of the reason I found it overhyped is because I don't read a lot of kind of paranormal-ish stories, so I was never going to really love it, but it just didn't really do anything for me. I read it like a year ago and I kind of don't remember a lot of the story. I just remember not enjoying it that much. Next up is The Rest of Us Just Live Here by Patrick Ness. And I'm gonna say that Patrick Ness is actually an author who I think is kind of overhyped. I've read a lot of his books and none of them have really grabbed me. I've either really hated them or I found them to just kind of be okay. There was a lot of excitement surrounding this book because the story is all about what happens to the ones who aren't the chosen one. You know, like what about the people who still have to go to high school every day when another student is off saving the world and stuff like that. And I did enjoy it, but it wasn't really as entertaining as I thought it'd be. A lot of it was just drama between this group of friends and I wasn't really grabbed by it, so I was part of the hype leading up to this book. Like I was super excited to read it and it just didn't quite live up to it for me. The final book I'm going to talk about is Passenger by Alexandra Bracken. I remember when this book came out, people were like raving about it. They were saying it was one of their favorites of the year, that it was super entertaining because it's like pirates and time travel and stuff, and I definitely got swept up by that hype. I was like super excited to read this, but then once I bought this book I became a little intimidated by the hype and put off reading it for a long time. I think I gave this book 3.5 out of 5 stars, so it was still quite a good book. I found it entertaining and well written. I quite liked the characters, but there were just a few things that I wasn't completely happy with, such as the relationship between the 2 main characters, which was kind of insta-lovey, and the ending really bothered me. I just found this book to be kind of disappointing, mainly because I went into it expecting it to be like one of my favorites because it sounded like something I would really enjoy, and instead I was just kind of underwhelmed by it. And I know I'm saying that about all these books, but this one I definitely don't think was deserving of the hype, and I hope that doesn't upset anyone because I know this is a really popular book, but it just wasn't for me and I think it's definitely overhyped. The thing is that with each of these books I can definitely understand why people love them so much. My main problem was that I bought into the hype. I went into them expecting them to be as amazing as everyone had said, so even though they were still good, they just didn't live up to it for me. Let me know down in the comments what you think some overhyped books are, because I know there's more out there. I feel like I'm actually guilty of hyping up certain books, so I wouldn't be surprised if people think some of my favorites, such as Illuminate, are overhyped. But anyway, I upload videos Wednesdays and Saturdays, so be sure to like this one and subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned on those days for more bookish goodness. Toodaloo!